Hey, it's Kevin Ward here, and I'm answering a question from an agent in Scottsdale, Arizona, from Gary. And the question is, he says, Kevin, the for sale by owner script that you use, uh, do you find that asking the question about how you can help them breaks the ice easier? I'm assuming that this is the script you used to list a lot of for sale by owners in the past, and the answer to that is absolutely yes. He says some agents just ask if the for sale by owner is offering a 3% co-op trying to get in the door to preview the home. Well, first off, the script that says, hey, the reason I'm calling is I work with a lot of buyers and sellers in your area, and I was wondering what I could do to help you. Is it's focused on helping them, on adding value to them, instead of focusing on, hey, here's what I'm going to do, or, if I bring you a buyer, are you willing to co-op? The challenge with, well, first off, the reason you want to ask that question is it's a question that they can't really say no to you on. Okay, it's a question they can say, well, we need your help. We're doing it for sale by owner. Okay, great. Now repeat and affirm that, which is how you lead in a conversation. So right now you're not planning to work with an agent at all. Good for you. So excellent. It doesn't matter what you say. You're just repeating what they say and affirming them. With the for sale by owner, you never make them wrong, and you don't make them an idiot. You're not willing to work with agents? Are you stupid? Interesting. We say stupid things. So many agents, sorry, so many agents say silly things that all you do is you create resistance. You literally repel for sale by owners. Listen, they're already repelled by you, so don't add to it. So great. So right now you're just working to sell it on your own. Excellent. So just out of curiosity, how much time will you take before you might decide to hire a strong agent to get your homes, help you get your home sold for you? And just a simple, open, honest question. How much time will you take before you might decide to hire a strong agent to get it sold for you? I'm just gathering information, and I'm speaking in terms of his interest. Now, here's the challenge with asking, well, are you willing to co-op with an agent that brings a buyer? Well, sure, bring a buyer. All you're doing is either he's going to say no, which doesn't serve you, or he's going to say, sure, bring me a buyer. And what you just did is basically you just programmed the for sale by owner not to hire an agent. You just programmed them to let agents bring buyers, and they're going to co-op. So, and the reality is, when you help a seller, a for sale by owner, and they list their home with you and they hire you, you give them greater exposure. You give them a lot better presence. You help them do the right things to get their property exposed to all the qualified buyers, where all the qualified buyers are looking, which is with agents and through the MLS. You're able to help them present their home, staging, marketing, and all of that in a way that they can't do it on their own. You can do it better. And when you do that, you're actually able to increase the demand because you're increasing the exposure. More exposure, if you want maximum value for anything, any commodity. If you want maximum value for it, then you get maximum exposure, which gets more buyer demand for a property. So if their marketing is going to get it to a limited number of people, which is a whole different conversation of the marketing strategy of a for sale by owner, and why is a real estate agent's plan and ability to market the property better and get better quality buyers in the house. Why is that? That's a different conversation. But the reality is, as a real estate agent, you get better buyers into a property than when a for sale by owner does it themselves. Okay, so, and if you don't believe that as an agent, then guess what? You're going to suck with for sale by owners because you don't believe you add value. And I have a lot of agents who go like, well, I don't, they can do it without me and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, great. As an agent, I'm like, perfect. You keep believing that. Well, I list and sell dozens and dozens and dozens of for sale by owners, make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. I'm perfectly fine with agents who disagree with me on this, but the reality is you can add value to for sale by owners, and a lot of times, most of the time, can help them net as much or more money in their pocket as they could do if they did it themselves. If you don't believe that, you're not going to do well with for sale by owners. I'm totally cool with that because I would rather not have you as my competition as a real estate agent. I hope that makes sense. But whenever I start saying, hey, if I bring you a buyer, you want to co-op to try to get my foot in the door, one, if you act like I'm going to bring a buyer, I've got a buyer, I don't know. They say, well, do you have a buyer? I don't know. I haven't seen your house yet. You're full of BS. That's what they're thinking. And you walk in, now you're seeing it. Now I've got my foot in the door. Now I'm going to try to turn it into a listing. That's called BS. Okay? And sellers know it. And you just repel them with your BS. Because now you get in and now you're going to try to turn it into a listing appointment. Well, I thought you said you had a buyer. Well, your house doesn't qualify. BS. It's called bait and switch. BS, bad sales. BS, bait and switch. BS, other words you can fill in the blank there. is you're not shooting straight with them. When you just say, hey, what can I do to help you? Find out what's important to them, find out what their motivation is, and then ask for the opportunity. Hey, if I could help you get the property sold, net you the money you want in your pocket, net you the money you need in your pocket to make this move happen, would you be willing to interview me or talk to me about it? Well, great. Let's set up a time to sit down and talk. Well, how are you going to do that? Great question. When we meet, I'll show you how to do that. Now, that's a totally different training. In my coaching, I teach you exactly when you sit down with a for sale by owner how to demonstrate that you can help them net as much or more money in their pocket when they hire you than if they did it on their own. But the reality is you can definitely do that.